Hi guys, welcome to Mondays with Mark. I'm Mark and we are on your favorite YouTube channel, SmokeySteveAndMarc. I got that down pat, huh? Anyway, I'm being blinded by the sunlight right now, but hey, I like the sun. I thought today, for Mondays with Mark, we'd take a trip into the garden and maybe spend the day in the garden together. Because for today it's all about vegetables for me. I'm planting all of my tomatoes and peppers and broccoli and beans and everything, getting those in the ground today. So I thought I would share that with you, maybe a couple antidotes, maybe a couple little tips. I don't know, we'll see what we get into. So anyway, let's go into the garden. Okay, so the first thing we're going to look at today are my rain barrels. I had quite a few people ask me how to make a rain barrel. So what I'll do is on our Facebook page, I'll post a couple links about a couple DIY rain barrels for you. But if you want to recreate what I did, it's very, very simple. You just need a couple trash cans. I used plastic 62-gallon ones. You need some screen and a couple bungee cords and you're set. So all I did real quick, I put my 2 garbage cans right underneath our gutter, and then I used this little extension here. I attached it to our downspout and it pours right in there. Now you could just set your garbage can out to collect rain without the gutter, but it really won't work. It won't fill up. I mean, even if you get a really big downpour, but you'll get some. But in order to get enough water to water your garden, you're going to want to do this. You want to collect as much rainwater as you can, so do it under your gutter. Then you want to get a roll of screen, and I got this roll of screen right here at Walmart for $5 for the whole roll, and put it over the top of your garbage can, and then attach bungee cords around it to keep it nice and tight like this. And as you can see, I'm totally full. Well, we had rain and both of my barrels are full now, so yay! Now what the screen will do will keep all the debris and leaves out of your water. And one important note about mosquitoes, I always get these mosquito dunks. And what you do is you break one of these up inside your rain barrel and it controls the mosquitoes. It keeps the larvae from actually forming into mosquitoes. They're totally safe. They can be used in like fish habitats. You can use it in rain barrels to water your garden. They're completely safe. They only affect mosquito larvae and that's it. So that's pretty important because any standing water, as you know, you'll have mosquitoes. But anyway, so that's the rain garden. Now it's all about cosmetics. I'm going to paint this and I'm going to cover this up. And our neighbor threw away their dining room table, so of course I snatched it. And I used the top of it for a little, let's see, to block it there a little bit. And then I planted sunflowers in front of it for a natural privacy fence there. So I think that'll look real cool. And I don't know if you can see, oh yes, look. I don't know if you can see that or not. Oh, look. The sunflowers are already sprouting. I just planted them like 4 days ago. So anyway, when they grow up, that'll be just a natural little privacy fence there and you won't even see the rain barrels. So, okay, that's the rain barrels. What are we going to look at next? Okay, so now, today I'm going to be planting my vegetables like I told you before, and these are the seedlings that I started inside, and we have peppers, tomatoes, and these are marigolds, and I'm going to put them in my garden beds. And something about companion planting, why I have marigolds here, marigolds are a really good deterrent for like those little critters we love so much, like rabbits and squirrels. So in between the plants every so often, I'm going to be putting marigolds in my vegetable garden beds too. So, and again, I'll have to show you that later after they grow a little bit, but I just wanted to show you what I'm doing today. And a little note about garden beds to get them ready. This is my garden bed and it is ready to go. So, you know, what you want to do is in the springtime, in the fall time, what I do is I cover the beds with a layer of mulch. And that can be anything from all your dead leaves, all your dead grass cuttings, or compost, whatever, and I lay it on top. And then in the first thaw, I shovel it up and turn it over into the earth. Mm-hmm. And then you want to do that several more times as the weeks go on in this spring, just turning over the earth. Mm-hmm. Because you don't want to just put compost in and plant. Mm-hmm. It needs to incorporate into the soil a little bit. So, for example, these beds, I've turned the earth over 4 times since spring. Mm-hmm. And that allows the sun to hit it, that allows air to get in it, and it just makes your earth a little better. And a little tip for you, save your coffee grounds and sprinkle them into your garden beds. Yeah, like that. It does two things. It helps put a little bit of acidity in the soil, and it also is another deterrent for your garden pests and some insects too. So we always put our coffee grinds in there too. A note about composting too. We compost, and again, it's just a plastic garbage can, and we save all of our table scraps and leaves and grass clippings, and we just throw them in there all year. And then in the spring, we have wonderful compost to put in our garden beds. But anyway, I wanted to show you too a little tip here. Whether you have a raised garden bed or just a plot in your yard where your garden is going to be, I put I call it a sub border. I have no idea what it's called. And what it is, it's just about 2-3 inches outside of your garden bed, and I just filled it in with rocks that I had in the yard, and I did that all around all of my beds. And what that does is it gives me just a little bit of space for when I'm mowing the lawn, and it keeps the weeds under control around your garden. And actually, it doesn't look too bad either. So, but why don't you pause that for a second, because I'm going to show you a little tip about trellising. So, I'm going to share with you a little tip about trellising. Now, if you like vining plants, like I do, sometimes trellising can be like a pain in the butt. I personally hate those tomato cages that are like circles, you know, I don't like those. And I do like wooden ones, but sometimes you have to keep adding more and more to it. So, he's going to be mowing the lawn. So what we're going to do is, all you need is a hanger and wire snippers, and you're going to snip it there and snip it there, and I'm going to show you how to make a trellis out of a wire hanger and some twine. Now this twine is just regular jute twine. You could use rope, you could use whatever you want, and you have your piece of hanger like that, and you're going to tie it like that and tie it again just to make sure it's a little bit sturdy there. You don't want it to come across there. And then make sure you measure enough rope for the length of your trellis. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have my vining cucumbers grow up this. So what we're going to do is stick the one end into the ground here, like that. And then we're going to pull our rope up. And I'm attaching it right to my garden fence, but you could just use a post of some sort or whatever you want to use for it. And of course I didn't bring my scissors over, so let's see if that, it works. Okay, and then just tie it around it like that. I'm just doing this real quick. I'll show you the finished product in one moment. Tie it around like that. Make it secure down there. And for the cucumbers, I'm going to do 4 of them, and you have something like that. And I'll be planting my cucumbers inside there, and they'll vine up like that. And that's how you make a little trellis out of a wire hanger and some twine. Good stuff. Okay, and a little side note about trellising and vining plants. You know, vining plants such as green beans and peas and zucchini and things like that, they will grow up a trellis, as will pumpkins. And that's what I did here with my pumpkin tower. And there they are there. They really took nice, and they will grow up this tower, and it takes up a lot less space. And it keeps your fruit from laying on the ground too, which is a win-win for me. And for my friend Sarah, the morning glories did sprout. They're there and there, and they will grow all up the fence and cover the fence and look all pretty. At least that's the idea, hopefully. Anyway, the rock garden's coming along pretty nice, actually. Everything took, and I'm anxious to share it with you as it grows. The mint looks really beautiful this year. Wow, looks really, really nice. So anyway, thank you so much for spending the day in the garden with me. I had a nice time, and as I get all the plants in and everything starts growing, I'll be sure to keep you updated on everything. Thank you so much for watching, and give me the thumbs up. Please be sure to subscribe. Welcome to all of our new subscribers too. It's really great to see everybody. Follow us on Instagram, please, and follow us on Facebook too at SmokeySteveAndMarc. Send us a friend request. I post a lot of things on Facebook about the garden and all kinds of other stuff too, so definitely friend us on Facebook. Thanks again for watching and have a great day. See you next time.